Listen to the greenhouse before I get mad, pussy.
There it is.
Yes, sir.
I know what that sound is. We are
Yeah, I
back.
should know what that sound is.
Yes, sir. All right, Dre, it's your show, man. Take it away, man.
What we got going on, bro?
Okay, guys. Welcome to At the Buzzer. At the
Mhm.
Buzzer. This is our first segment that we're going to be putting out. I do want to run down some of the rules for you guys so we are familiar with it moving on. So some of the rules that we do have, as far as any interruptions, you will get warned first before a point is deducted. First one, you will be warned. Second interruption, you get a point deducted. Second rule, if you tell any bad jokes or any bad rebuttals, you will be you will be sat on the bench. Okay?
Okay.
Coach will sub you out.
Okay.
Get his ass.
All right.
Get his.
Okay.
Get his ass. And the last and final rule, we always want to, respect the people that we talk about. So we don't want to really bash anybody. So let's try to prevent bashing anybody's personal life. Other than that, it's fair game, baby.
Okay. And can you explain to the people how the rounds are supposed to work?
Okay, so our first round is going to be the tip-off. Now, with the tip-off, we're going to have our panelists come in. We're going to introduce three topics of the week, which were the most impactful, most important that we want to talk about. And then from there, we're going to our first round. Our first round, we're going to have everybody talk about it, give them a minute and 30 seconds. You get a minute and 30 seconds. The next person gets to rebuttal with a minute maximum. You have a minute maximum time to rebuttal.
Okay.
Now, with the second round, is going to be Gatorade or water. Okay? You tell us what you prefer. Is it Gatorade? You get that good taste with the electrolytes and all of that, or do you get the plain water? It's a by yourself. Let me know what it is. And then for the final segment, which will be overtime. And when it comes to overtime, it's going to be rapid fire questions. You get 30 seconds each to answer. Now, depending on who has the highest scale or highest points in the scale, you get to go first. Then it'll alternate to the lowest score. You get to go second for the second question. Again, this is rapid fire, so you have 30 seconds to answer each question.
All right.
All right. This is At the Buzzer, guys. This is At the Buzzer. So, you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Need to stretch?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good,
All right.
So for the first, let's see what this is about.
First three topics that we do want to speak about, of course, we all know Game 5, Lakers versus Miami tomorrow night. This is a closeout game for the Lakers. They're up 3-1 in the series. So that's something that we're all going to have our eyes on. See if they can close that out, especially with them wearing the Mamba uniforms. And we also have the Yankees trying to move on into the next round of the MLB playoffs. They are down 2-1 in the series in the best out of 3. So they have to win 2 in a row just to move on. Good thing about that, the Yankees have been in 22 times this season where they've been in that position. Hopefully they can make it the 23rd. And of course, the elephant in the room, COVID-19 is tackling everybody in the NFL. Everyone.
Right.
Correct.
So I don't know. Does the season continue? Does it take a little break? I don't know. We'll see. Now we have our topics. You guys ready to jump into it?
Let's get it.
All right.
Yeah.
So first, we're gonna start off with you, AJ. Game 5, Miami versus Lakers. Lakers versus Miami. Lakers are home. Who's your key player, and why do you feel that the team that you choose can take it?
The chosen one,
Mm,
LeBron James.
okay.
35 years old, 17th season in the league. Time is on his side. You never hear that, but time is on that man's side, Game 5, I definitely think Lakers got it. And like you said, they're wearing the Mamba uniforms. They can't lose. They
Haven't
cannot
lost this whole
lose.
playoff. Haven't lost in those jerseys the whole playoff.
So definitely key. But really, as much as I love LA Brown right now, as much as I see how they're gonna do, I definitely need AD to get more than 7 rebounds. That was what really bothered me. Somebody tweeted the other day. They said AD really committed to this no rebound thing. I was lost.
Oh, wow.
I didn't see that.
Oh, wow.
I was like, damn, it's true. 2 rebounds here, 1 rebound here. Nah, but I need AD to really show up and show out tomorrow if he wants to get his first ring. So I got Lakers. I said Lakers in 5. I'm gonna stick by it. And Finals MVP, I got LeBron.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I like it. Reek.
All right. So you know me, I'm a LeBron fan. You know that.
Of course.
But honestly, for the sake of this, like, I'm gonna say the Heat like could get another one.
Game 5? Are the Heat taking Game 5? Uh-oh.
They might get people.
Uh-oh. What do you see in the Miami Heat
Jimmy
that
buckets.
makes you believe?
Jimmy buckets.
Michael Jordan's son.
He's getting buckets, bro. He's getting buckets.
AJ, you get a point back.
Bron defense looking a little sus sometimes. I peep. I'm a Bron fan, but man, it is what it is when you on the court, bro. That's what we're seeing. Jimmy buckets. We got these young cats shooting. I think they Bron got the experience, but they got the work that they kind of been showing it lately. So I mean, and I actually said they was gonna beat Boston. I said it was gonna be Boston too.
Okay.
I said,
so you've been a believer out of the East. You've been a believer that the Heat could come out of the East. Okay.
Yeah. It's just, yep. I'll say that.
Okay. All right. Now, I would say this for this first round, AJ definitely he definitely made me smile a little bit with that Michael Jordan is his dad comment. He did get a point from that. AJ also brought up a good point that AD has to be the factor in the Game 5 win. He has to be that major guy for them to make a difference. We seen in Game 3 once AD got into foul trouble, he could control the game without Bam or without Dragic. On the other hand, Reek, I do believe in what you're saying. The Heat are a very, very, very scrappy team. They have Bam, who's come back. He played very aggressive in Game 4. He's looking healthy as can be. He's going into a finals game. Everybody's banged up. But the key for me is which is something that you missed out, is Dragic.
Yeah.
Dragic can be healthy, and if he can step into the lineup, he doesn't have to start. Maybe come off the bench 5-10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it may be. If he could just come in and score a couple of buckets, I think that's the major factor for the Heat. So I say that to say this: AJ got round 1.
Okay.
So AJ, you are up with a total of 3 points. So a total of 1. AJ's up 3-1. Second segment. Actually, we're gonna go into the second question. Pardon me. Now, with the Yankees being down 1 game, this is a closeout game for Tampa Bay Rays. This season has been cut down to only half the schedule. Literally half of the year has been wiped out when they moved into the playoffs at a rapid pace this year. So the Yankees haven't really found their groove. But everybody knows the Yankees are the Yankees. They spend that money so they're in positions like this. The question I pose to you guys now is, if the Yankees do not go deeper into this playoff run and they are eliminated, does that affect the Yankees' legacy moving forward? The Yankees haven't won a chip in some years now. Does that affect their legacy going forward?
It's on me.
Reed? Reese Enrique.
Is that me?
Yes, sir.
I don't think so. I think, fan or not, they had the longevity as a franchise. You have certain players coming out there like A-Rod, Derek Jeter. You have it's a pillar, in that city. When you think about NYC, New York, whatever, you think about the Yankees. Yankee
Yankee
hat,
Twitter
anything is
Titans.
kind of culture. It's the culture. So I think in terms of that, the legacy will always be there some kind of way.
Okay.
If we're talking in terms of the sport, I think it's out there, like we just said, that they haven't won. They haven't won the big thing. So being a fanatic, if you are, and close eye to it, I think you respect but so much, you know. And that's what I'm gonna say on that. I don't think it'll all in all affect, the legacy.
Okay. And AJ?
Um, everybody knows. I think baseball is just two niggas playing catch. So with that being said, go Mets. Uh,
Don't butter me up, sir. Do not butter me up.
Wow, this guy, he's doing it. Nah,
but
he's cheating.
for the Yankees to lose this, I do think it does tarnish the legacy a little bit because it has been in the track record for the past few years. They couldn't get past the Astros that a few years ago. They couldn't get past the Rangers a few years ago as well, like the season before that. And to be honest, I've never seen the hype in the Yankees. Like you said, it's just because they got money. Like that's it, And I personally think they're gonna lose. And
So you don't believe they can win 2 games in a row to move forward?
hey, man, if the Braves can get swept, right? Braves got swept, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Hey, I don't think the Yankees could do it. I don't think the Yankees can sit there and do it.
With that being said, guys, I'm gonna have to give this one a tiebreaker. AJ, you lost the point, buddy. You lost the point. The reason why I gave Reek this tie is because he did bring up a valid point. That their legacy is kind of set in stone when you think about the guys that they had. Rivera, had A-Rod, Jeter. Even when you go back into the older days, you got Babe Ruth, you got Joe DiMaggio. So, they're set in stone as far as legacy. As far as now, for maybe the younger generation, I can see what you were saying, AJ. Like they're not going to be relevant because now it's a bandwagon kind of era now. Who's winning now? I want to be a part of that team. You did butter me up a little bit with that Met comment, but I'm not going to be biased. I'm not going to be biased.
Come on. Who's
Not gonna be
hosting
biased
here?
here, right? I'm not gonna be biased here, so we're gonna go tie on that one. So the score is 3-3, and we're gonna move on to the third question that we have for the first segment, which is again the elephant in the room: COVID-19 in the NFL. Do we see the NFL put a pause on the season? Do they stop the season? Because at this point, like just came out maybe an hour or so ago, there's 2 more players on the Titans that has contracted the virus, and the count is up to 12 now. It's a 50-man roster, and you have 12 active players on your roster who have contracted the virus. Now the virus isn't just in one region or just in maybe one team. Now it's spread all over the league. So how do we see the NFL try to slow this down, or what do they do with the league? Put that on you, AJ.
The no fun league is pretty soon gonna be not fun again. You're gonna get these scrubs playing, or the season gonna get canceled. It's a shame because the season is good. My fantasy roster is pretty stacked. Shout out to Andrew's luck. But for real, like you said, it's spreading. I really feel like the NFL didn't take proper precautions when it came down to the pandemic. I feel like they just
Right.
said, no fans, let them play. Not,
Right.
let's put, clearly you can't do the bubble like they're doing in the NBA. Too many players. But I think teams can make their own bubble, right? They could have made that's what they should have done. And then, all right, cool. No in or out. It's all right for 16 weeks. As much bread as
Right.
these people are getting paid,
Millions.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it was already gruesome, with all these injuries that happened week 2. But
Right.
games is getting postponed. People are getting it, and you clearly can tell that they're not following the rules. So, I mean,
You tell me there's some Falcons players out there following Lemon Pepper Lou. They're going to Magic City for them wings. They getting them Lemon Pepper wings.
they know bubble down there, man. I'm telling you. So
All right.
I feel it coming. Maybe I
All
said
right.
like they got 3 more cases and clearly they passed the 3 limit mark. I give it like another 2 weeks and these cases don't go down, and then they're going to cancel the season. Not cancel, maybe postpone it, but who wants to play football in the middle of March? So
All right. Okay. And Reek.
I think this. I think they might try to fight it through. Honestly, unless it really starts to spread really crazy, I think I think they probably expected some of this to go on around like week 4 or 5 ish, something like that.
Okay.
Um, although certain things are in place, like kind of beforehand, I think we can do some damage control, stepping back and stuff like that, and that's I think that they've been doing since. Like I think they put out, okay, let's put out this more to do. We can do this, since the first kind of wave of people starting to get them. So I think they're gonna do their best to try and like extend the season, because I think the expectations is the season to end like next week or something like that. But I mean, I think health is definitely a priority. Forget what you do. You can't do it if you got COVID. So, all in all, that's my main point though, for real. That last part, but that's how I feel about that.
Okay.
Terrible Titans.
Okay. With that being said, first segment tip-off is done, completed. So we have a tally score of 6-5. Reek, you're up 6-5. AJ, it was close. I wanted to give it to you. It was close. But Reek did bring up a very valid point. The NFL they're not dull-minded people. They probably knew that they had a great possibility that people would contract the virus, especially with 53-man rosters. I think their mindset was what Reek was saying. Let's see how many people get it and how can we try to slow it down and just keep it to that number, keep it to a minimum of people who actually contract the virus and do get sick. As far as the league, I don't know what they can do. Hey, you can't put a private investigator on these guys 24/7 and say, "What are you doing?" Hey, don't touch that. Put some gloves on. So it's tough to watch 53 plus people every day, every hour.
Right, so, not including the coaches.
Right. You got ball boys, you got trainers. So it's another 53 people that's not on the active roster that you got to look out for. So we're going to move on to the second segment, Gatorade or water. All right. Keep in mind, the score is 6-5. Reek, you did win that last segment, so you're going to go first on this one. So I pose this question to you. Do the Cowboys need to rebuild, or do Jerry Jones just need to scale back just a little bit with his involvement in the team?
His involvement needs to step back a little bit. It's too much on him. Feel like I've been thinking that for a while. Even when you said the question, I'm like, been saying for a while they have the talent. I don't know what they're doing, and it is sort of like always his show, his thing, and stuff like that. Meanwhile,
Part
you
of
have
Jerry
the
way.
you had the players out there in those uniforms, on that field, making making the presence and the atmosphere the way that it is, making America's team, living up to the culture. And you have the
Right.
pieces there because you clearly wanted to put them there. But yeah, it's like always, eyes is on you, no matter what decision it is, whether it is, you know, front office, decisions or situations, or even on the field. Like you might be a little bit too buddy with certain coaches and things like that in the past. So I think that sort of stuff kind of might even throw players off. It could go to a lot of things. So I would say that.
Okay. And AJ?
You asked the question earlier, if the Yankees lose, does their legacy get tarnished? We got to start asking pretty soon, if the Cowboys keep losing, is their legacy get tarnished? Because it's been almost 25 years since the Cowboys have won a chip.
Since the 80s.
No, I think 95. 95 is last year.
95?
Yeah.
Oh, correct.
Um,
But even, yeah.
And they've had some good teams. So I definitely think Jerry Jones definitely has a huge factor in that. For them to be 1-3, huge problem, right? And I'm blaming the defense. You can go back and look at the scores, man. What they gave up? 49 points to the Browns?
Yeah.
To the Browns.
Yeah.
To the Browns, dog. I can see Seattle, Russ been killing it. They talking about MVP talk. Rams, I don't know. I don't know if the Rams really better than you. I don't know. They say Goff is just a higher paid version of Wentz. That's it. But I mean, I'll be the judge on Monday. Was it Monday? No, Sunday. Sunday they play the Giants. Big rivalry. But for them to be 1-3, no excuse. Especially with like Reese said, how many people we got on the team? Star-studded names. Zeke, Dak, who needs to get paid? Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb. Like what?
Who's been a great help for my fantasy team. CD, keep doing your thing, baby.
So I don't know. That's what I got.
Okay. Now we are at a tied up score once again. 7-7. It's getting closer to this 10. I like it. 7-7 right now. Second question I have with this one, AJ, you're gonna go first. With this, how do we give Magic Johnson credit for building this Lakers team, or does it go to Rob Pelinka?
Sheesh. You gotta think about it like this, right? Do we give Mark Jackson credit for the Warriors? How big of a factor did Magic play in the rest of the team? Yeah, he got LeBron there, but Rob Pelinka made sure a lot of these trades happen. I think, if these same events happened last year, we could easily give it to Magic, hands down. He's still around, got LeBron, traded all those pieces for AD. I have a feeling, Magic had a huge hand in it. But, unfortunately, the way the cookie crumbles is the man sitting there is going to get the most credit. Rob Pelinka, he's sitting there. Steve Kerr, he was just sitting there. And, Magic will forever be one of the greatest Laker players ever, But, yeah, Rob Rob did his thing. You know, when the ball was in his court, he did his thing.
Okay, Rick, on you.
Yeah, I would say Rob definitely, put himself in that position, to do things a certain way, like in this specific time, not taking anything away from, what Magic did. Kind of agree with AJ about his legacy on the court. But definitely, like I said, in terms of what's been going on, definitely Rob got it. That's what I'm gonna say on that.
Okay. Now, the Gatorade Awarded segment is completed. With that being said, I would have to score it is 8-9. 8-9 being AJ, you are up 1. The reason why I gave AJ that extra point, Ricky didn't take advantage of that rebuttal. AJ said that he brought LeBron over. That's the major piece in this whole equation. That's the major piece. Without LeBron, you get no AD. Without AD, you don't make those trades for Markieff Morris, and you don't get J.R. Smith and Deion Waiters on the team. The whole mindset starts to change at that point. You might still be in a rebuilding stage. You still might have Lonzo on the team. Kuz might be out of there. So it's like a whole different dynamic once you start going into that. But I do believe, if I can give my opinion, I do believe that I got to give the credit to Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson he started to train. It's like he was a pilot. He went to the bathroom real quick, told the co-pilot, yeah, just make sure we all good.
It's on autopilot, but
yeah, it's on autopilot. Just watch her.
Make sure we don't hit another plane.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's all it is. So with that, we will conclude with this one. AJ, congratulations. You have won this first segment of At the Buzzer. It was a close one, 8-9. It was a close one, 8-9. So what I will do is I'll give you a minute and a half if you want to have any shout outs or highlight anything that you saw this week in sports. You let that roll. Sorry, but you got to get muted, buddy. Coach, sit him on the bench.
Sit him on the bench.
Sit him on the bench.
Yes. Okay. Great first victory on At the Buzzer. Let me start off with round of applause here. Let's see here. Damn, this is great. First of all, shout out to the host, man. Shout out to Dre, man. This is great. Did a great job putting this together. Make sure y'all follow. Make sure you follow, share, subscribe, send this to everybody. Follow us at the Greenhouse Sports, Greenhouse Post Sports, right? On correct. Instagram, Twitter
at the Greenhouse Post Sports. Correct.
Okay, you can find us all there. But yeah, man, this is great. Sorry I had to do it to my man's over here, but because I didn't win in fantasy this week, I had to take it on my line, brother. So that's all I got to say, man. Thank y'all.
Reed, got any last words, buddy?
What's that last question, man? That's all I gotta say.
All right, guys, that was At the Buzzer. Make sure you tune in to the Greenhouse podcast. We do drop every Tuesday. Greenhouse episodes will drop every Tuesday. Make sure you also subscribe and go to the YouTube channel. Make sure you get that. The visuals very important, man. The visuals important. Also go to the website. We have some very, very special things that's getting posted on there. Always refreshing, always looking at that. And again, follow us at the Greenhouse Post Sports on Instagram, Twitter coming soon. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. See you next time.
If y'all think y'all can beat us, hit us up. We'll put you on here.
Hit us up.
Try to beat the house.
Hit us up.
All right. All right, man.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Yo, I'm getting ready to blow, Dunk.
All right. Sure.
Took that L, baby.
Right? Funny ass nigga.
What's the deal?
What the fuck is up, nigga? Remember that shit from the basement?
If you
What?
would have mentioned that, I'd have gave you 2 points. I wasn't on my team.